early 2019, our community gathered and shared their frustration with summers of thick smoke and life-threatening forest fires. It did not matter what their politics and views were. We had all had enough. The Jackson County Board of Commissioners committed to doing whatever it took to get the word out to everyone that had a role in forest policy. They fought for the financial resources and equipment and a policy that if a fire starts, put it out. And the people of Jackson County added their voices by joining the board with emails and comments to fire policy stakeholders. And then on September 8th, 2020, the Alameda and Open Chain Fire raged through our communities, leaving thousands without homes, many of which are still in temporary housing today. We now face new challenges: water shortages and drought conditions, finding ways to notify people in case of future emergencies without causing traffic issues that risk lives, and still smoke from fires all around us. Although we have a way to go, it would have been much worse if we had not come together. So Commissioner Roberts, we have come a long way these last couple of years. Share with us some victories.
We have a great working relationship with our federal, state, and local partners on fire management and fire suppression when it's fire season. We've had great coordination with our Forest Service Supervisor, Merv George, and Oregon Department of Forestry. But as we've seen weeks of smoke, our work isn't finished. And we have our local proclamation about fire suppression that got inserted in our community wildland fire protection plan. And we also, about 3 years ago, I submitted a resolution with the National Association of Counties for coordination for fire suppression, like forest management is with counties. And we're in our third year of reauthorizing that resolution. And I had the wonderful opportunity of presenting our plight with smoke on the national stage at the White House in 2019 with the former administration. And even last week, I had the opportunity to meet with Congressman Cliff Benz and Congressman Bruce Westerman. And Congressman Westerman is the ranking member on the Natural Resources Committee at the federal level. His comment was that the budget for the Forest Service is all for firefighting or fire managing, and the new positions are all for fire managers. And it's a concern to him that it shouldn't be a fire service, it should be a forest service. And I agree with that, but I also told him about the 1995 wildland fire policy that I've been working on, provided it for him that it needs amended. So hopefully we'll have more advocacy that way federally and get more work done to have fires put out where we don't breathe the smoke.
Some of the victories, first of all, is much greater communication and collaboration between the agencies involved in firefighting and planning and all the activities associated with it. Oregon Department of Forestry, U.S. Forest Service, the local fire chiefs and the county commissioners communicate regularly about fire strategy, about fire activity. We receive regular incident reports on fires that are actively burning, what resources are being deployed, what level of containment they may be in. But also there's been a real push towards better and more effective resources to be utilized for firefighting, especially initial attack. As far as prevention and detection, ODF, Oregon Department of Forestry, has an array of cameras throughout the valley that scour our landscape for plumes of smoke that may indicate small smoldering fires that we wouldn't be aware of otherwise. And if, again, we can detect those in their infancy and suppress those early, those won't become those large, out-of-control wildfires either.
Whether it is drought or supply chain issues, water seems to be the new issue here in Jackson County. Share with us our current situation and what we do.
So water is a huge issue always in the summer. I think ever since I was elected, we always have a drought proclamation in the summer. Water is in short supply. Our reservoirs hardly have a trickle in them. But I think the job for the Board of Commissioners is to be at the table for the policy decisions and the water distribution decisions that are being made, and Oregon Water Resources Department, and to not leave it to non-government organizations with an agenda. I think we need to be there to preserve our water and to have it for the health, safety, and welfare of our residents. Water is a significant issue to our agricultural industry. I think with the influx of the cannabis, it's a huge concern. with our irrigation districts. Talon irrigation districts already cut off water to their users, and I think it's a huge concern to the vineyards and the pear tree orchards, if we have any left, to water. And a water right is sure important. And I think working with our irrigation districts, they really are concerned. Our Board of Commissioners in 2018 sent a letter to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to oppose them moving forward in the dam removal of the Klamath dams. Those reservoirs are full, and they are so important to the beneficial asset use of fire suppression. On our southern border, coming through the Cascade-Siskiyou National Monument, protecting ashland, we are dedicated to standing on the use of keeping those for nothing less than the asset to fight wildland fires.
So what are some things citizens can do to help conserve water this year?
Well, I think there's lots of ways we can be careful how we use our water, whether it's when you wash your cars or our laundry loads, and make sure they're full. When you turn the faucet on, turn it off when you brush your teeth. I mean, there's some real common sense ways. And like I said, I think the bigger load is our policy on that, on the bigger picture of water distribution. But yeah, everybody has their part in how we manage our resources and our water, whether you're on a well or whether you're on city water.
So Commissioner Dyer, we've had over 100 fires in the last year, and it feels like we're one event away from a repeat of what happened in Shady Cove, Ashland, Phoenix, and Talent. What are some of the things that we could do to be ready?
You know, that is a real concern, and it's absolutely correct. We don't know where the next fire, like what occurred last year, may occur again. So one of the key things to it is just general preparedness, and a go bag, which consists of flashlights, water, a charged cell phone, keep your cell phone charged, many items that again are going to be necessities when you need to evacuate. So have those ready to go at any moment. One of the things that spared some homes in our fire was defensible space. And defensible space means shrubbery, any sort of vegetation around your home that can easily be ignited should be removed, managed, and just to make sure that your home has a perimeter around it that can actually work as a fire break. The other thing that really people need to be more or cognizant of, sign up for the emergency alerts, but also understand what the evacuation levels mean. The initial one is be ready, and that means exactly what it says. Be ready, have your plan in place, and that plan includes your family, your go bag, pets and livestock, anything that you're going to have to take action on. Be ready. Get set, that's again, you are, the car is packed and you are ready to go at any given moment. And when it hits evacuation level 3, go. That's exactly what it means. Go now, don't wait. Get out, make sure your family, your pets are all safe, and that you do have your go bag with you, but you need to evacuate now.
So Commissioner Daughter, this is your first year as a Jackson County Commissioner, yet you are no stranger to emergency preparation and organization, right?
That's correct. Before I became a commissioner, I spent several years working in the emergency management and disaster preparedness area, and I quickly realized that everything I'd learned as a military officer had a lot of application to this arena, because essentially military planning is contingency planning, which is exactly what emergency management, emergency planning is. And so having done that extensively in lots of different situations, I realized that, hey, I can bring this expertise, I can bring this experience to the table and be part of that discussion.
So you were active in the Obanchain and Alameda fires in 2020. Tell us about your background and experience related to emergencies.
I have been the past chair, and I helped reform the Rogue Valley Community Organizations Active in Disaster. And that is meant to be a coordinating agency or organization that coordinates the nonprofits, faith-based, and also the individuals who want to volunteer. And one of the things we have responsibility for under the County Emergency Operations Plan is donations management. So as soon as these fires happened, the very next day, we activated our group, and we formed up out at the expo, and we managed the donations site out there. We did that for almost 3 weeks out there. Wow. So it gave us a real keen insight into emergency response and what people really need and how much coordination that actually takes.
Well, we are very fortunate to have you on our Board of Commissioners. What is the most critical thing people can do right now?
Right now, what people need to do is make sure that they're signed up for Citizen Alert. That's the way that you're going to be going to find out about an emergency in your area, and it's going to also tell you how you need to evacuate or what you need to do in response to that emergency. If people want to receive alerts for all of the emergencies within Jackson County, they can text Jackson EVACS, JACKSONEVACS to 888-777.
Your Jackson County Board of Commissioners asked that you join them to
conserve water,
prepare, and sign up for emergency alerts.
visit jcwildfireandsmoke.com and learn more.